Memorial Day, 1995. U.S. forces are heading closer to harm's way to stand by for possible action in Bosnia. Reports from Alan Pizzi and David Martin. A killer earthquake rocks a Russian island. Tom Fenton has our report. And one of the nation's top fertility clinics is ordered to shut down, charged with unauthorized experiments. Reed Galen reports from California.
This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather.
Good evening and a good Memorial Day to you. U.S. and allied combat units are on the move tonight while diplomats search desperately for a way out of the deepening trouble in Bosnia. At stake, the lives of United Nations peacekeepers and the world's effort to somehow contain the Balkan wars. Correspondent Alan Pizzi begins our coverage.
They've got a clear enemy in rifle range, but UN troops still can't fire first. Under siege, the peacekeepers wait for their political masters to tell them how to get out of this mess. The British are sending 6,000 more soldiers armed with artillery pieces. The UN might then be able to punish the Bosnian Serbs without using NATO air power. The Serbs, a senior UN official said, seem to feel it's fair enough to trade punches on the ground, but they see airstrikes as American aggression. But UN policy is now driven by the fact that more than 300 peacekeepers are hostages and human shields of the Bosnian Serbs. And the Bosnian Serbs have also taken UN tanks and armor, which means every UN post has to be on high alert. If this escalates, one senior UN source said, the loss of hostage lives is a given. The British government issued a warning to the Bosnian Serbs.
We consider the safety of British personnel a vital British interest, and that if they were harmed, there would be very severe consequences.
UN sources here say it's a case of negotiate or escalate, and they're not optimistic that negotiations will be quick or effective.
Escalate means that we will try to find a political solution to this conflict with a stick behind our back. To negotiate means we will try to find a political settlement to this conflict without a stick behind our back.
UN sources here say the one thing no one wants to do is pull out. That would be dangerous, humiliating, and most important, perhaps devastating to more than 1 million people the UN helps to feed. So the only option is to get tough. The UN peacekeepers came here promising to protect civilians. Early this morning, there was a sad testament to their failure to keep those promises. 41 victims of Bosnian Serb shelling were buried in the so-called UN safe haven of Tuzla. The ceremony took place before dawn. Darkness is now the only protection these people have. Alan Pizzi, CBS News, Sarajevo.
This is David Martin at the Pentagon. There is no shortage of military power ready to pound the Serbs. The carrier Roosevelt and its warplanes have moved into waters off Bosnia, along with 2,000 Marines aboard an amphibious task force. A French carrier is on the way as well.
That's why we're here, is to defend and protect those United Nations forces ashore.
The stick is big enough, but is there the political will to use it? Today in Washington, senior officials were talking softly among themselves at Memorial Day ceremonies, but the Clinton administration, once the loudest voice calling for airstrikes against the Serbs, had little to say publicly.
Mr. President, any news on the situation in Bosnia?
With the Serbs holding so many UN peacekeepers, launching more airstrikes seems as unpalatable as giving in to Serb intimidation tactics.
It's just a hard body blow. We don't know what to do. I don't know that anyone's giving very cogent answers.